Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python sessions. In today's video, we are going to learn about the Python data type. Well, understand what data types are and why they are important and explore the most commonly used data types in Python with easy examples. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how Python stores and handles the different kinds of data. So let's get started. A data type is a classification that tells Python what kind of a value a variable is storing and what operations can be performed on that value. In simple words, data type help Python understand whether the data is a number, text, a collection of values or true or false values. So in this video, we'll explore the most commonly used Python data types such as integers, float, numbers and strings, etc. First, a data type is, let's see, a data type tells about what kind of a value a variable stores, and it helps us to understand about how much memory to allocate for a variable and what operations can be performed by using this data type and how to process the data. So these are few examples that we can work with this Python. Let's get started with the classification. So in Python, the data types have been classified into two types. So first one is the individual data types. An individual data type is nothing but a data type that stores a single value for the single variable. But collections is nothing but the data type that stores more than a single value for the single variable. So when you are going to store a single variable for single value for the single variable, those are called individual data type. So individual data types means a variable that stores only one value. One variable contains only one value. So let us see few example types of individual data types. These are also known as single value data types. Both are same. So individuals are collect or these can also be called as single value data types. First one is the integer, second one is the float data type, third one is the complex and fourth one is the boolean data type. So these are four types of data type that are Python contains to work with. So let us start one by one. So integer, what is meant by integer? An integer is nothing but a number that stores the whole numbers without any decimals. So what is meant by whole numbers? So whole numbers is nothing but non-decimal values like 1, 2, 3, -5, -10. So a numbers without any point values of fraction, those are known as integers. So this can be ranged from minus infinity to plus infinity. So the ranges is from minus infinity to plus infinity. You are going to use all these integers, okay? And these data types generally used in the real time, like our age will not be anytime. We will not say 24.5, 27.2. We are never ever say it like it is 10, 11, 12. We are going to say the numbers. So we will take age is a variable that contains some value, or else I want to take something called, we can take one more thing, ID number. So ID numbers, every time it will be in decimals itself. So these are nothing but integers. So integers can be even negatives also can be stored. So I'm taking a number is equal to minus 567. Now how to say these are integers means Python have one good and predefined function, that is type. So type is the function that is used to define the data type. of a variable. Now here I want to print type of age, comma number, comma id number. So you will get error, type of age, then type of number, third one is type of id number. You can see all these are comes under the integers itself. Now if I want to print one by one, you can print. You can see type of id number. So all these are comes under the integers. So integers is nothing but the numbers without any decimal values, and it contains only the whole numbers without any decimals. That is itself an integer. Then what is a float number? Say a float number is nothing but a number with a decimal values, or we can say fractions simply. So it also can contains a number from minus infinity to plus infinity. So like minus 5.4, 7.2. So these are something a number that can be stored in decimals. Now example is like a height. Height is equal to, we'll say 5.6, or we can take something called weight. So weight we will say like 67.8. So these are the common data type numbers that can be stored in the decimal. Now let us see the type function. Already we have seen type of height. So it is getting float, and the second one is type of weight. So even you can see this is also showing it is like it is a float data type. So by this we can confirm the difference between integer and float is integers is nothing but all the numbers with the without any decimal values, whereas float is the number that contain the decimal value. So this is the small clarity about the integers and float. Now let us see the third one, that is called Boolean data type. So what is meant by Boolean is nothing but Boolean data type itself is nothing but the data type that contains only two values. So the data type have only two values, that is true and second one is the false. So there are only two data types that are being declared in booleans. One is true and one is false. So in that you need to remember the true and false should be with the capital T and capital F. So because already we have seen in our previous sessions, like in the Python keyword there are few keywords that will start with the uppercase. One is true, false, and third one is the none. Except these three keywords, all the remaining are in the lowercase itself. So it's important to remind these things. So boolean means it contains only two values. Then the important thing is true internal value tends to 1 and false important value tends to 0. How can we say this one? True is 1 and false is 0. Now for that we are going to see, I want to show one small example here. Let me take an example of true plus 90. I'm getting 91. So why? Because 90 plus x is equal to 91. Then what is the value of x? It's obviously 1. Now if I take false plus 90, you'll get false plus 90 itself, false 90 itself. Now I'll see false into 8. I'm getting 0. Anything they multiplied with any number, 0 multiplied any number is 0. We know. So by this we can confirm like true and false are the Boolean data type. So let us see the type of these things. Type of true and second one is the type of false. You can see they both are considered as the Boolean data type. And last one, that is called complex data type. So the complex data type is nothing but the number in the form of a plus or minus bj. So here a comma b are real numbers. So what is meant by real numbers means integers comma exactly float. So the numbers that can be the integers, float, or even you can take booleans as well. Not only integer floats, even booleans also can be accepted. So these are called real numbers. Then j is defined as imaginary number. So I'm just making it everything note so that you can remember easily. This helps you to understand and analyze this one. So you can see a complex number is nothing but it is in the form of a plus or minus bj, where there is the combination of real numbers with some imaginary numbers, it tends to be the complex number. So let us not go deep in complex as of now. As a beginner, first focus on the first three, that is in float and boolean. But let us see some examples to get to understand. Now number 1 is equal to, I want to take one thing, 6 minus 7j. Here number 2 is equal to 7.45 plus 8.7 small j. And I want to take the third one as number 3 is equal to false minus true j. Now I want to print all these numbers, type of number 1 comma number 1. True j we cannot define, so because it can be multiplied directly, we cannot multiply it with the boolean. I'll take 1j. Yes, you can see type of number 1, and it the number 1 is, it is a complex number. Now let us change to the second number and let's check this second one. Now you can see even that is complex itself. And let us take this third one, that is it's even because 1j is itself, because false is 0. 0 here you have to remember. So false is 0 minus 1j. So obviously you'll get minus 1j is the output. Hope you understood this session, like a individual data type we have discussed it. So let us brief one more time. So generally we started with the data type. So data type nothing but that define the type of the data, and in that we have seen like individual data type. So individual data type is also known as nothing but uh, single value data types. In that they have total 4 classification: integer, float, complex, and boolean. So in the integer data type we are going to see all the numbers without any decimal values, and in the float we are going to see the numbers with the decimal values. Boolean data type is nothing but the data type that contains only the boolean values, that is true or false. And in the complex data type we are going to see the combination of real numbers with some imaginary numbers, where real numbers will be the combination of in float, and the boolean, the imaginary numbers is nothing but they is the only that can be defined with the j. Hope you got these things. So we'll connect in next session, and let us discuss in the next session, that is very important, that is string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Those are very important concepts. So get in touch. Thank you.